Charles W. Stearns out of Guilford tries to enlist in the Union Army and is rejected in the summer of 1862. He's too old. He's above the age of 40. In fact, he's over 44. And he's disturbed by that because he thinks he ought to do something. He's a farmer. He has a family, his wife Hannah, and he has a son, Charles. The two Stearns, Charles W. and Charles, father and son, enlist, and they're assigned to the 22nd Maine Regiment. Now, these are two guys had never worn a military uniform, had never fired muskets in anger at anybody, and they'd never really been out of the state of Maine. All of a sudden, they find themselves on a boat, and they're on their way to Louisiana. Now, wintertime in Maine is something that they endured. Maybe they'd had a cold, sniffle, flu, that kind of thing. They weren't ready for winter in Louisiana. They had arrived and were barely there 2 weeks, and they came down with bronchitis, typhus, dysentery. Particularly the younger Stearns. Charles, the younger, was afflicted with the dysentery and chronic diarrhea beginning in January, February, March, April, May, June. They hospitalized both Stearns' men in New Orleans in the summer. And as bad as Maine summers could be for them when they were farming, Louisiana summers they were not ready for at all. They did not improve. In fact, Charles the Younger worsened. The regiment, being a 9-month regiment, is mustered out in mid-August. Neither man is ready to be sent home. So instead, they put them on a train and sent them to Cleveland, Ohio, to a hospital there. Charles W., the father, decides, this isn't going to work. My son isn't getting better, and frankly, neither am I. And he decides to petition the Army to send them home. They get on a train, and father and son go east. And they arrive in Newport, Maine, just around the 24th of August, and begin the trek from Newport to their home in Guilford, a distance of about 28 miles. Charles the Younger cannot walk, so his father takes a couple of days, lets his son try to rest up for the journey, and then puts him on a livery, and they carry him home, almost like he's in an ambulance, but it's an open-air ambulance. They get him home, and they carry him into the Stearns household. Hannah takes over his care, and this is now 25th, 26th of August. On the 30th of August, he dies. Now, this is 1863, and the father never recovers either. He's never able to become the breadwinner for the family. He doesn't put in for disability pension. He doesn't put in for any pension. He figures it was his duty to the country to serve and to come home. The wife, however, decides that she can put in for her pension, and 17 years after his son dies, Hannah puts in for a pension for the disability of her husband and the death of her son. She's granted that pension. Stearns, the father, lives all the way through into the 20th century, and Hannah survives on the pension during that entire time.
Thanks for watching. And don't miss a single episode as we delve into the fascinating history of Maine's role in the Civil War. Please like and subscribe now.